Well, good morning, Sagittarius. Happy Monday and happy Mercury retrograde. As I understand it, it's going to be a very healing Mercury retrograde, but of course, there is the chance of, misunderstandings and communication in all its forms. I always feel is like a big theme. So if there are misunderstandings, you have to kind of be, a little patient with it. This too shall pass, you know what I mean? Because that's what I always think is like if, there are misunderstandings with people during this time, I will say, you know what? Okay, let's revisit this at the end of the month. And it being in Aries, it's like we are affected. Sagittarius is very affected during this Mercury retrograde. So you may have trouble, being understood. And so you have to be kind of knowing that you may need to say things more than once, to get your point across. So, and I always feel like we are affected by Mercury retrograde. Like it makes Sagittarius be even more opinionated than we already are. And so, it's always a good time to really watch your words, though. For sure, for sure. And happy April Fool's Day. Jeez, okay. So, Sagittarius. So the vibration, I didn't do the week ahead reading yesterday because it was Easter, but let's get to it because that's what we're focusing on here. And, you're kind of just focusing on protecting your energy for sure. We see the triangle, but also allowing for harmony to come in. There's just like a want for you to just feel peaceful this week, and not being in any rush for things, which is very anti-Sag. We're not big on patience, even though that is the energy that represents us. We're not big on it, right? But Turtle is coming in for what you're receiving. Turtle wisdom teaches us about walking our path in peace and sticking to it with determination and serenity. You may be encouraged to take a break in your busy life and look around or within you for more grounded, long-lasting solutions. There is a focus on long-term things here, Sag. And with Sagittarius, you may want to do something quick. And I know I am so like that. Like, I like to do things really fast. And Spirit's telling you no, it's really time to take things slow. What you need to focus on is being productive. And really, there's some healing energy for you, specifically, Sag, in terms of self-forgiveness, like any mistakes that you may have made. Don't let yourself feel stupid, right? Or feel foolish. Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. Because these lessons are really leading you towards the moves that you need to make going forward. They really are. So really don't be too hard on yourself is what it's saying, because we are seeing a lot of shadow things come up. So what will be good for you this week, Sagittarius, is to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential. I mean, that can be like try new things and don't think no more thinking small. And don't think that you can't have big things. You definitely can. And we're seeing that, right? But, there is this energy, of course, that we're going through about clearing out some toxic energies from our life. That's part of the process. And I mean, that may account for this, coyote. Maybe you allowed some things that you really shouldn't have, but there's nothing for you to feel bad about, nothing for you to do. Just say, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with this anymore. It's kind of that from here energy, Sag. From here. So people affecting your week. Very interesting. And remember that I always do an extended reading for the daily readings. Kind of a deeper dive into what's going on. This is really interesting. Because I feel like someone who didn't make you a priority, Sag. Okay, now hookup is here, but we're not going to take that literally. It feels like someone treated you like you were temporary, right? Didn't make you a priority, didn't even prioritize whatever the connection was. They're coming in with an apology, which just allows for you to let it go. And you're going to be meeting someone new, and maybe this is just clearing the path for meeting someone new, because when someone treats us like we are temporary people, we, it can really put in some self-doubt, and I feel like we always have to remember that what people do is on them and what we do is on us, right? Amen, amen. I said what I said. So Sagittarius, your energies, you're just trying to move forward, to be honest. And you may feel this week like that's difficult. Like, just because it's like with the Three of Wands is getting what we want, is making plans for the future. But I always think about that third wand, to be quite honest with you, because there's a delay in the Three of Wands. There may be still some things for you to turn your back on, to get out of the way. And, because with the Two of Wands, we're making plans. The threes are usually enacting those plans. But it really feels with the Strength card here, like you keep trying, you want a new life. You're trying to move forward, and it might feel like things keep cropping up to get in the way, right? And you're needing to be strong, and you may even, Strength talks about our inner demons as well. So there may be some internal work that you're needing to do in order to do that. That may be the third wand for you. But, you're getting there. And Strength is looking at the past. So the past definitely comes up during Mercury retrograde. We do revisit things, re-edit them. We're supposed to pay attention, and this is really about maybe you still have some clearing from the past to do before you move forward. And maybe that's the third wand for you. Yeah. So, what you're being called to actually deal with is the Ten of Pentacles and the Lovers. There could have been people specifically in love that you really thought were going to be there for the long term. And now, maybe it didn't turn out that way. Maybe that's the challenge, right? But the truth is you're being called to think about your long-term stability. What does that look like to you? What are the decisions that you need to make? There's kind of maybe a need to get clear about what your long-term future looks like. And it's very interesting because with the Nine of Pentacles and the Star, being in the position of what you don't need to focus on. So you don't need to think about where the resources are going to come from. But you do, maybe you feel like there's not enough money, right? The nines are how we manage things. And so, you may be healing how you manage money. There may be a big focus on managing your money so that you can have this Ten of Pentacles future, and not like, definitely don't, it's like watching your spending, like specifically frivolous spending, right? Because you're being guided to think about not just right now, but, next year, 5 years from now, what are the decisions that you need to make for the long term? And so, the answer isn't right now. That's what I'm feeling. The answer is the big picture, which is something we're famous for. We're always seeing the big picture. And don't, specifically too, because I was really hearing this, don't keep looking for more ways to make money out of a sense of feeling like there's not going to be enough money for what you want to do. Because with the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to have everything you need. You're going to have everything you need, but you really, maybe it is you do need a plan, right? Maybe you need a plan going forward. The star is, I feel like you may really be thinking about how you manage money. And so, I always think about spending in that, to be quite honest. The challenge this week is, did you hear that, Sag? Yes. Four of Cups and the Five of Swords. You may be really disappointed with people here. I can see that, and it does really feel, God, we always deal with this energy, and it's like there are people here who are trying to get in your way. Like, they're just throwing swords in your path to step over, right? Five of Swords is self-sabotaging energy. So you want to be really careful, particularly in what you share, because it does feel like there are people in your energy who want to stop you. And I feel like you may, and it may put you in that energy, right? Four of Cups energy is when we focus too much on disappointment. And I feel like, for real, there are people who are trying to sway you into what's not working out, like focusing on the negative. And this is how they sabotage themselves. And you may be trying to help people who sabotage themselves when you need to walk away. It's like, hell no, you're not going to do this. Now, because we are seeing the Six of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Moon, and the Hierophant. It's like you have to focus on your own thing. You can't worry about what other people's problems are or trying to get other people on the right path. No, that's not what we're doing here, because, you have to worry about your own stuff. To be real honest with you, because your advice is Justice and Seven of Pentacles. Be honest with what is slowing you down, with what causes stagnancy. Look at everything that you've achieved. And these are things you've gotten for yourself. These are not things other people have helped you get. So you need to be real honest with what causes stagnancy. Because it does feel like there is someone here who does that. It's like, whenever you start to move towards opportunities, it's like they throw something at you. And you need to see that clearly, Sag. So, Knight of Cups is here. That would talk Queen of Cups. Okay. Knight of Swords. Oh, and the Two of Cups. Wowza. Someone's got something to say. Yeah. Someone definitely has something to say. All right. Someone from the past. Hello, Mercury retrograde. Now with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. I mean, that is a loving energy. It feels like someone wants your compassion. So they are kind of rushing in. And I feel like this is something that someone has been waiting to say. And it has something to do with the past. That might have to do with that apology because they're going through some life lessons and they want a fresh start. Okay. So you got like multiple people interested because what we were also seeing was new people, someone new wanting to date you. So we'll look at those things in the extended Sagittarius. But there definitely is like a need for you to look and probably make decisions with justice being your ending energy. You know, getting real honest with yourself about what's working and what slows you down because it kind of feels like other people do. I said what I said. Wow, okay. Always interesting, Sag. Always very interesting. So let's see what you're learning this week. What is the lesson? What is the lesson for Sagittarius this week? The lesson for Sagittarius. What is the lesson for Sagittarius? Oh, I forgot what was underneath the deck, Sag. So let's go over that real quickly. Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. You're not waiting on other people anymore. There's that energy. Like, it's about you forging forward, you making moves forward. And maybe you have been, you know, waiting for other people in a collaborative way to get on board, and you're not doing that anymore. That's what's coming. Okay, then. What's the lesson this week? The lesson for Sag. You've earned all your stripes, Sagittarius. So you're very much coming through a cycle. Maybe karmic, you know, those are the lessons. Don't be afraid to sing. It's like all of the lessons have been done. And primarily what this lesson is about, it is about playing small, but it's also about not saying what you need to say. They're holding back in that department is kind of no longer for you. Think before you judge. So, you know, you might have to really listen to other people's point of view before you speak. But this is definitely about speaking your truth with others, you know, and really like how your how what you've learned really helps other people. Okay. But also do note to really think about what you say before you say it. It's not about not saying it. It's just thinking about the words. Such. Words are spells, y'all. So let's see what your mindful message is. And then we'll get your mantra and be done with it. Okay, Sag. See that? Expressing love. Today I noticed the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. My love is infinite, and it feels great to express it. So they're asking you to express love today. Okay. You know, especially as you're clearing out toxic people, you know. Don't let anybody get you down, Sag. That was definitely in the challenge. So what is the mantra today for Sagittarius? Today's mantra. What is today's mantra for Sag? And all this week, really. A mantra for Sagittarius. A mantra for Sag. Oh, do you got one or what? Okay. Taking care of myself is a radical act of love, and I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Okay, that's enough said, right? I hope this really helped you. Toodles.